True. Fair
And
enough.
we're live.
Way, we're live. Way, woohoo, way. Scott's leaving. He's had enough.
We're live. I'm going.
So we're gonna go for that crap with the door open now. Right. Anyway,
Leave
cool.
the mic on as well.
Oh, I wonder why I could hear stuff. I can hear stuff because it's coming through my phone. Let me turn that down. Right. Cool. Right. So yeah, hey, we're back for episode 9. Although there's now like 5 missing episodes of this, just to catch up to speed. Stuff happened. Good luck working it. I mean, you know what? This is like the new arc anyway, so it's fine. If you watch the last couple of episodes, you'll know where we are.
Yeah, true.
We joined the Resistance. They messed around. They found a laser gun. It's called the Emp gun. All our Emp gun puns, all our Emp gun funny words are lost forever.
Noodle dogs.
Noodle dogs are also
Helper crews.
Yes, they become the mascot of Noodle Dogs. That's the highlight of.
Noodle dogs and the Resistance.
Yes, one and the same, which I'm sure isn't a problem. That's.
How could that ever go wrong?
It's because everyone loves corporate leaders running resistances.
There's no corporations in Paradise Valley. So to get us up to speed, last week, who was here last week?
All of us except from Mary.
Scott and
And
Mary.
Scott
Scott was
wasn't
sleepy last week and didn't come out to play. And Mary's never been here before. So hey, look, Mary's here. Knowing the way we play, Mary will either be in this episode or not be in this episode, and we'll have to sit quietly.
Oh, just bring her in at the next second.
No. I've got a plan to do so. So the camera, of course, will start on the bloody corpse of Oppenheimer, who has just been executed at point blank range by a person whose name. What's his name? Is he Aspect?
Aspect, yes.
Aspect.
Yeah,
Aspect.
I remembered.
Who I don't think Mary's seen, so I'll put him up for Mary. Yeah, Mary, that's Aspect. He's a little short gorilla who they make wear bunny, a pink.
I have a
bunny
outfit.
Well, he's made to wear that because all the other gorillas bully him. He's a warrior, but he's like the worst warrior. So they bully him and they make him wear what they think is a funny outfit. They are mean.
But they also kill their friends, so no.
Yeah. So
we don't know that yet, though.
We don't know that yet.
So we see Aspect panically holding a gun and another implement and hiding them both as some other gorillas kind of charge around the corner, and he kind of puts his hands up and starts saying something that we don't hear because we're not there. The camera will then shoot across to Boy, who is currently sitting in a boat while it's being rowed across a lake by a kind of mechanized gorilla person called Bose, and he is telling her the virtues of joining his newfound religion, and she is doing her best to look interested. She does hear the crack of a weapon that, due to her military training, she will recognize as a gunshot. The camera will then spin around across to the other side of the lake, where Tabby and Cobb are going in the ferry across, and they're talking to a chimpanzee about our previous person riding that, which was Quinn. And if they knew which way Quinn went, they will also hear the gunshot. But then we'll continue across the lake.
My ears will pick up and I'll go, hey, it's nothing.
It's probably nothing.
That's fine. The monkeys, they're crazy. They shit all the time.
Yeah, it's normal here.
Yeah, absolutely is not normal. It is really unusual for anyone to have weapons apart from you guys who keep finding them everywhere you go. And finally, the camera will pan off and we will find Debussy. What's Debussy doing?
I'd like to think that Bussy is like sitting there with a little fishing rod in the fucking radiated lake or river, just trying to like get like cans for his trolley.
It's absolutely fine. Now, what I'll say is that the valley itself is quite nice. There is areas of rot, so unless you've actively sucked out.
No, it's just a normal river then. It's just I thought it was the same as the other one when they left.
No, this place is much nicer than the mutant world. So yeah, but you do find random crap every now and again. If you want to do a scavenge roll, you can.
I will do.
me 2d666.
You find a bomb.
Maybe.
Some hand grenades.
What'd you get?
526 and 531.
526. You find a soaking wet sketchbook full of sketches. And 531 was that?
Yeah.
And a ski boot.
Just one.
Yay.
Just one.
A one-legged snowboarder.
Yep.
You need to fish for the rest of it.
You can, if you want to spend this entire episode doing that, you feel free. I will say this was on your way to the ape outpost. You can go that way if you want, or you can spend the rest of the time here. You know which way your friends have headed. You were told, but you're not going in a great rush. You think that they've got it handled.
It's like those guys. They've been useful at Bowies with them, and like they all seem pretty confident.
They'll be absolutely fine. No issues will be had here
And
whatsoever.
then I think back on my few events with them, and it's like I better fucking move.
They have definitely all been killed by this point. Okay, cool. So the first people we will go to will be Tabby and Cobb. I will have you just arriving at the jetty on the kind of rafting that goes across back and forward. There's some chimps kind of like standing about. It looks like they're packing up for the evening. They seem to live in a kind of small hut beside it, although some look like they're going to cross back to the main encampment. Your plan was currently to follow Quinn.
Yeah.
Tabby or Cobb, how would you go about doing so?
Well, we were.
Can we still see her?
Yeah, can we still see her? We're still sneaking, following her, as far as I'm aware.
You can't see her, but you did kind of get a glimpse of her when you were coming across on the boat. You, Tabby, are a hunter, I believe, so you could perhaps use some of your skills to do so.
Yes, please. Okay. Let me see. One.
One's enough. Yeah, you go across roughly to there, and you find some fresh prints. You're like, this is her. I think she's went this way, and yeah, you start tailing her through the woods.
I can find her.
Nice one.
Are you doing this sneaky, or are you doing this quickie?
Sneak, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna be
Do
sneaking.
you want us to roll a sneak?
If you want to do it sneakily, you've got to roll me a sneak.
Okey
She will
dokey.
roll something as well.
One.
Just gotta find my character sheet. Sorry, I'm having trouble finding it for some reason. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Ooh.
2
Okay,
successes.
she'll roll her thing. She's really lucky if she actually manages to find you, but I'll do it anyway. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so she gets.
I can push my roll if
You
needed.
don't know what she rolled, Rachel.
Good point. Never
you
mind.
think you have successfully snuck.
I'm like.
I will say that you're following slowly. You do pick the path that she was going upon, and in the distance you do see her. You occasionally watch her kind of glance back. At one point she kind of stops and climbs a tree and kind of looks across. You think successfully hide from her.
I hold a twig in front of my face.
You are very, very hidden, but she was very, very lucky.
Does it look like she's focused, like she's intent on going somewhere?
Yeah, it does.
Is she looking around?
Well, weirdly enough, what happens is that she's making a direct line towards something, and then once she climbs a tree, she goes and she immediately changes direction. Like jarringly changes direction. Like you'd think if that was the way she was going, she'd have went that way in the first place. But she seems to she goes a different path, and she starts to kind of climb a rock face. Looks like she's trying to get to higher ground.
Okay.
Would we be able to climb that?
Yeah,
Tabby?
of course you can. She is a chimpanzee though, so.
I've got this. I'm a cat.
Maybe we could go around, or
We might lose it by then, though.
I just feel like climbing it, we can't do that. Well, still
You
being
can climb on my
undetected.
back
Easy,
and
look
I'll
at your
climb
move.
up.
Okay, let's just follow her until she notices us anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so so you get up to the rock face that she's kind of scaled. You notice that she did scale it very easily.
Yeah.
It does look difficult. What are you doing? Are you going to try and climb up after her?
Gonna
I
follow.
am. Yes.
I'm gonna follow the exact same path that she did.
Okay, well, give me move rolls.
Okay. I got 1.
Yeah, more than enough. Yeah, you're a cat. You get up quite easily.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I got nothing there.
Okay, you didn't get any fails though. So I mean, yeah, you climb it, but it takes you a while. Tabby
You
gets
just
up
grab
easily.
onto my tail.
You're gonna need more than one success if he's hanging off your tail. Yeah, you just kind of
But that's my balance.
You get to the top, Tabby, and you kind of sit there just kicking your heels, watching him come up.
Come on, Cobb.
I'm coming.
Spider-Man costume does not help very much.
This is Spider-Man costume. You'd think it would be helpful.
Spider
but
fail.
no.
Spider fail.
Spider Cobb.
So after a while, oh, by the way, I thought of a name for your character, the Resistance Raccoon.
The Resistance Raccoon is
'Cause
fantastic.
it's better than the thing you came up with, which I thought was deeply, deeply racist. So we can't do that one.
To be honest, and for context, I didn't realize it was when I said it, and it was. I'll say off screen.
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
He did
Twitter,
not. Leon's not
cancel
like
him
that.
now. Remove
So anyway.
him from the internet.
So anyway, you get to top. I will say by this time, she's definitely made a kind of like a head start on you, and she's got away. Tabby, however, she doesn't know you're a hunter. So how would you like to proceed?
I'm gonna like mark this kind of thing with some like, I don't know, like chalk in my bag. I feel like doctors would have a chalk for like chalkboard or something like that, and
I pee and mark it with my scent.
that works too. Just for us like finding our way back if we get lost.
You make some chalk markings, and Tabby, you urinate all over it.
Well, not on the chalk. That's a bit much.
Okay. Everywhere he puts a chalk mark, you pee. So I'm helping. You just do the suitable things at the appropriate times, and that's fine. How would you like to proceed?
We can
I think
still.
we should be sneaky and keep following.
Yep, still sneaking, still following.
Okay, well, she has obscured her tracks. It looks like she climbed up some trees and kind of swung from tree to tree.
Okay.
Ooh, that's interesting.
We must be able to follow what trees she swang from, I assume.
You can, Tabby, if you roll me a hunter roll.
I was gonna say, can I like listen for rustling and stuff, or like crunching of twigs? That sort
Cobb
of
took
thing.
a long time to get up there. He did not get so this. She's got like half an hour ahead of you.
I only got 1, so I'm gonna push it and hope
Yeah, you are.
to get more. Because I feel like I need more than 1.
Oh
okay,
yeah.
that's 3.
There we go. So
I
3
felt
in
like
total.
I needed more than 1.
3's enough. Even with 3, it takes some time. You have to sit and think how logically she could have done it, and what you think is, well, that's the way she was heading originally. So that was her obviously heading towards her destination. So she thinks she's got better of us by doing it. So you sit and you spend some time, and you kind of think around this area, and eventually you do find some scuff marks and some things where she's knocked some branches down. Like, right, it must be this way. And you kind of head in the direction.
I've got it, Cub. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
And yeah, you eventually come across a cabin. Ramshackle, it's fell down. It looks like it's really old, but it looks like it's kind of been repaired. Like some of the boards have been pried off and like replaced with kind of more rough-hewn logs. It looks like somebody spent some time to cut down wood and actually shape planks of wood. The only people we've ever heard of doing this before are moose.
Because at this point we suspect her of um, collaborating with the Watchers. I'm gonna look for Watchers, any tracks, any like noises that I can hear, anything vaguely Watchery going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a scout roll to look for Watcher tracks.
Okay.
So has she gone into the cabin?
I'll say that the cabin has a light on, and there is a little trail of smoke coming out the chimney.
Can I have a little peek in through the window?
Are you doing this while he's looking for traps, or are you just not tracks, tracks, or
Nothing.
so Cobb
I'll
is
wait.
okay. So Cobb, you kind of do a larger circle of the area.
Yeah.
You don't find any Watcher tracks, and without any successes, I'm going to say that there are tracks. They don't appear to be chimps, and you don't know what age they are.
Right. Okay.
I'll say this takes a bit more time, but yeah. Tabby, what you doing?
I'm gonna go up to the window, real sneaky, and like peep in a little bit.
Peeping. You go up to the windows, and there is curtains drawn across them.
Okay.
If you want to give me you can either give me a scout roll to try and listen. Actually, just listen if you want. You can hear several different voices inside.
Okay. Can I try? Did Cobb find like did you go round about the cabin?
I haven't. Not yet, no.
Okay, I'm gonna like go around the side and around the back to see if there's another open window or maybe an entrance or something.
The cabin appears to be split into at least 3 different rooms. The back one is dark, and you look in there and you can see some sleeping areas, a very large bed, and then it looks like some smaller kind of sleeping areas. One's like a hammock hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
I'll wait for like Tabby to get back.
Yeah, I'll report back to Cobb. Okay, Cobb, there's 3 rooms. One in the back's real dark, looks like a sleeping area, and there's lots of noise. Not sure what to do now, but that's what I've got so far.
And it's not trapped. You didn't see anything.
I mean, I didn't get trapped, so I don't think so.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not impossible.
Well, you're the hunter in this here.
Ooh.
I'll follow whatever you think is best. Do you, how should we do this?
I mean, we could just go through the front door.
Could do. How about
I'm
this?
not too sure how you feel about that, though.
I'm not too bad with chatting my way out of stuff. Maybe I could go for the front, chat the door, and cause a distraction for you to get in through the back.
Ooh, I like that idea, because I'm shit at talking and terrible at fighting. I'm good at sneaking and hunting and shit. Anything else, I'm bad.
No problem. By the way, you have those flyers. The club approved, by the way.
Yep, got them all. And I pick out one.
I'll need that. All right. You head around the back first, and then when I'm
Yep, got it.
when you hear
So
me
I'll scurry round back.
when you hear me do the chapping, that's the signal to start going in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll plan in motion. Yeah.
I take
Okay,
a
cool.
deep breath, and then I go.
So, Cobb, rap a tap tap at the door.
Rat a tat 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 tat. Yeah.
You kind of hear muffled voices, kind of surprised inside.
How many voices?
Give me. You think at least 3.
Okay.
You hear one very deep voice, one not so deep voice, and one one medium range voice.
Okay.
Although they may all just sound like me because it seems hard to do 3 different voices, so you know. Anyway, so you make the noises. and then you hear a lot of scuffling. You hear something fall over, and then after a few moments, the door opens really quickly, and you're confronted with a fucking massive bull moose,
Oh,
um, who kind of like as he rushes to the door, um, sledgehammer in hand, um, looks out and then looks down, um, and then kind of looks surprised. It's like, who are you?
well, good sir. I am Cobb. Um, the raccoon. You may have heard of me. And I'll extend the flyer towards him. I just wanted to give you a notice of a recent kind of development in the culinary world called noodle dogs, and I'll look for his reaction.
There is no reaction. There is no reaction to noodle dogs.
Confusion.
It's just a mixture of confusion and anger and surprise, but he hasn't beaten you to death yet.
This flyer, if you present it to any noodle dog uh, beneficiary, you will get 10% off.
You should go. And he just goes to close the door.
And I'll put my foot in front of it. Hey there, sir. Let's not be so hasty.
Like the 8 foot tall moose person kind of looks down at you, and he looks down at your tiny little raccoon foot in the door.
Yeah, it's basically broke at this point.
Yeah, he's like, you can see like, should I slam this door real hard? Uh,
let's be cordial here. I just want to spread the word about this newfangled culinary expertise. Um, are you a fan of noodle dogs?
but you're going to have to give me like some kind of manipulate roll here or something. Have you got like a dominate or something?
I sure do. Let's go.
Nice.
Can I get any? Okay. Oh, okay. So that's one success.
Okay. It's good that we're not doing fails.
Good as hell.
I was gonna say
Couldn't.
it looks really bad.
Okay, cool. So we'll do that. We'll do it for this many. Okay, cool. Right, he has got some of these. He will do. Okay, he got 2 successes.
Okay.
To be fair, a moose being intimidated by a raccoon is realistic at the best of times.
And this, it's more like kind of posturing and stuff. And in this case, he was just trying to like smooth him a bit. I think dominate's a weird thing to call it, but that's just what they've went with. So it's both intimidate,
It's
persuade.
copying vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, he wraps his giant moose hand around the front of your Spider-Man suit and just kind of lifts you up to his face.
Oh,
I said, go. And he just like, not unkindly, doesn't like slam you into the ground, but just kind of like throws you backwards.
Mm.
There's nothing for you here.
Well,
And he just like, slams the door.
I thought that my a friend of mine might be here.
I'll say this is just as the door's closing. Go on then.
Uh, Quinn. They said that they might be like heading towards here.
Okay. He opens the door and starts walking towards you. Tabby, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for the signal.
You heard the rap-a-tap-tap.
I'm going in.
Okay, so you open the window, luckily completely unlocked. That was handy, and you get in. Yeah, you find a bedroom. There is, it looks like there's a door leading off to what would have been the third room. That room had no windows. There is a hammock folded from the ceiling, or kind of hanging at the ceiling. There's like a much smaller sleeping area in the corner of the room, and a very big bed.
Okay, is there anything I can steal?
Yeah, there is some kind of stuff lying around. If you want to roll me a D666.
Come on, generator.
That's a reroll, isn't it?
What number was it?
656.
656. You find a blonde wig.
Oh. Oh
I
no.
am
I
gonna
want to
put
know
this
why
on.
the moose
Yeah.
has a blonde wig.
Yeah, man. Like, what's going on here?
I am gonna put this wig on.
Um,
Put it on.
as you put the blonde wig on, you hear a voice saying, "Excuse me, who are you?"
Hi.
What?
There's a little mouse pops her head out of the kind of medium-sized bed. I say mouse. She's a mouse, but her eyes are wrong, and she has two insect wings.
Hmm.
Oh, cool. I say that out loud.
Yeah. She kind of like she chitters a little bit. She holds up like she kind of like unfurls herself from the blanket. She holds up her hands. Her hands are kind of like chitinous. It's like insectoid kind of appearance. Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Tabby. Nice to meet you. And I put my hand. Does she?
She does not take your hand. Thief.
Oh. Oh, you can have it back.
She does not reach out for the blood wig.
I put it back on my head.
Why are you here?
I was just investigating a mission that I'm on.
Rach, you feel two hands pressed down against your shoulders. And as you kind of turn around, you come face to face with
More
Quinn.
moose. Oh.
Hi. I'm Tabby. Nice to meet you.
Quinn kind of pulls down her hood, and you see like it's kind of like a burn mark all across the side of her face. And she does that, spits the ground, and it starts to sizzle when it hits the ground.
Ooh.
Why were you following me?
We had intel that you're a terrible, terrible person. Just had to make sure you weren't a terrible, terrible person.
So you came to my home, and you broke in, and you stole what's ours. To see if I'm a terrible person.
Well, I just put it on my head. Technically, I haven't stole it because I haven't left yet. That's how that works, right?
She gobs a bigger spit onto the ground. It sizzles much louder.
It's a good point.
Semantics.
Yes. Doesn't explain the breaking and entering, though.
She starts to. She looks at the mouse as Strozzy. Go get Poe. And they open the door. And this is the point where they see they've heard the noises come from the other room, and Poe is walking towards Cobb,
Mm.
and the Quinn and
Is the door like got a lock on it? I think I remember that, right?
yeah, the front door didn't have a lock on it. No, not that
No?
you've seen.
Okay.
Not an obvious one. No, maybe from the other side.
Um. Uh. Can I ascertain if that is the case? Or
Well, he's walking. A very large moose is walking towards you at the moment out of the cabin. If you want to do,
So,
you can do a scout roll
is
look at the door if you want. But I mean, he's coming at you. Have you got a
yeah,
plan?
did you say the moose is called Poe?
He is, yes.
yeah.
Okay.
The
They'll
plan
be
is
named after poets.
the plan would be to run behind him, go inside, and then lock the door behind him, and then just lock him
If you want
outside.
to try and give me a move
But I
roll,
don't want to
please.
do that if the door doesn't have a lock on it. A bit
Well,
basically.
Leo, that is something
It
you have to
does
work
now.
once you've done this, you can then lock yourself inside.
You
Let's
know what?
find out.
I'm gonna like essentially like hold my turn until if he goes to grab me, I'll
He goes to grab
use
you.
he goes to grab me, I'll use um my tainted or my corrupted
There we go.
extreme
I use my taint.
reflexes to kind of just run behind him, and then avoid the grab, and then just run behind him in the door, and then close the door.
Absolutely fine. Yeah. So yeah, you use your special ability. You kind of get out of the way super fast, and you get inside the door. You slam it shut, and there is like a bar you can pull across the door. So not like a key lock, but like a kind of larger lock.
Okay.
So as you run in and do that and close it, you then turn around and come face to face with Tabby, Quinn, and Strozzy, who are now just looking at you.
Don't
Hi,
go out.
Cobb.
Hi, Tabby. Don't go out there. There's a super angry moose out there.
The
Uh,
back window's open. You might want to close it.
That's a good
you
point.
hear a noise as the moose walks up to the door and does a force roll.
Uh oh.
How strong is that door, by the way, Quinn?
Oh, that's last minute. I've done that wrong. Give me 2
We
seconds.
can reinforce this
We'll
door.
know in a second how weak that door is.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. He did get his successes. So yeah, the door goes boom as something very heavy kicks it.
Hey,
And
man.
You heard of noodle dogs?
Hey, man. Let's just chill out just for a little bit. All right, this is your own door that you're breaking down. Okay, let's just chillax. Okay. Quinn
Quinn
could.
is now going to say, "Okay, what are you doing here? Why are you here?" And Straw's like, should 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 we kill these people? And what are they doing? Why are you bothering us?"
Well, Tabby, should we tell them? Uh,
I glow real bright.
Oh shit!
I'll
Like just.
phase shift or what kind of.
You do some
And
really
I'm
quick
go.
movements. Look how
You
fast
guys
I
are
can
like
go.
us, right?
I feel like my power is just running really fast. I'll run really fast in in one
It's like.
You
spot.
do some of this, but it's like super duper. Like you leave like the after image. You do some super fast shit. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think I've
Uh,
taken something.
and Quinn immediately kind of lets go. Like, why didn't you just lead with that? Why didn't you just tell us you were like us? How
Well,
did you know we were like you?
I didn't till I got here. We were worried you were evil.
we were worried about that. Uh,
The door bursts open at this point.
ah!
Very pissed off. Very
I'm
pissed
still
off.
glowing. Hi.
I'm gonna run behind Tabby. Tabby, protect me.
He's got the hammer up. Luckily, the roof's not that high for him to just absolutely splat you. So he just kind of like turns it round. He just kind of walks. He's getting ready to smack you in the face.
This is how it
And
ends,
Quinn's like,
Tabby.
no.
Tabby, this is how it ends.
It's
Quinn
okay,
kind
Cobb.
of
I've
raises her
got
hands.
this.
Quinn
I'm
raises
Tabby.
it. No.
This is Cobb. We're friends.
Okay. Quinn tells Poe to sit down, go into the back room and cool off. They've got this. It looks like you guys are corrupted as well.
So you
And
guys
so he goes
hide
and sits
here?
down. Well, yeah, they can't hide it as well as I can. So they go and find scrap in the valley. Then I go and sell it and bring us food and medicine, and we live here together.
Oh, it's real sweet. Is this the corrupted camp then?
No, no, we've heard of it, but we couldn't find it.
You're
So
not the
we
only
just
one looking for it.
hopefully we can find it one day. It'd be nice to live in a bigger community. It'd be safer. It's too many
Yeah.
things could happen here, and
I know some people who are like us, but I don't know if you'd be welcome. I'd have to ask.
Yeah. You have so
how
much
do you know?
scrap. Is that because they've been helping you?
Nobody helps us. No, we do all of our trading ourselves. There's some areas the watchers haven't been paying attention, so sometimes we sneak in and we grab a bunch of stuff, and then we come here and we trade it.
You just had more scrap than most folk. It's what
Yeah,
made
there's
you
three of us.
suspicious to us. We thought that maybe you were using some kind of powers to get it, but we couldn't be sure. There was someone Curie that was having us look into a few different people. You're one of them.
She thought you were working with the Watchers.
She looks appalled when you say the Watchers. Like,
I
what?
know, right? But we didn't know you, so obviously.
We don't work with them. No, it's their fault we're this way. They done stuff to us.
How
Now
have,
we
We hate the Watchers.
how have you managed to go undetected in your clan for this long?
Quinn will say yes. This my corruption didn't show up till later. I left.
It's not like you need to spit like constantly either, so they can't exactly, tell.
No,
Hmm.
it was I was out hunting and I got attacked and hurt, and then I thought I was going to die, and then just before the monster tried to kill me, I just knew to spit, and I melted it, and it ran off, and then
Yeah.
Okay.
It tends to happen when you're scared. I think that's when you find out.
Yeah.
I was real scared when I was little and just suddenly turned into a ball of light and it wasn't good.
I was
this we
scared,
can
so was my friend. That kind of tracks actually. I'm gonna look at the cabin to see if there's any evidence of anyone else ever being here, basically. Any other corrupted.
Yeah,
Other.
yeah. Yeah, you look around, you don't see, I mean, there's evidence of habitation, but it's hard to tell what's theirs and what isn't theirs.
Right.
The
If
cabin's
you
old.
guys need food, you can have my food because I can always get more. And I'm going to give him a whole bunch of food.
As you go to do that, there's no need. We got a big haul before. We've got enough here to do is at least another week or two.
You
I can
did.
hunt food. It's mainly medicine, and when we don't always keep too well because of the corruption, it kind of weakens us. And like
We can find some medicine. We can totally do that, right, Cobb? Oh, wait, Cobb's the doctor.
I am Dr. Cobb. I'm gonna change from my Spider-Man costume into my doctor outfit quickly. So I look more
Dr. Cobb being the
You
professional.
do it so quickly as well
I'll
because
do it.
your ability.
Yeah.
this is what I mainly use my power for.
Yep.
Uh,
I use my power for like a kind
Quick
of
change.
Sailor Moon kind of quick like change kind of thing. Yeah. Um, I'll get my doctor's bag out. Quinn, you didn't let me help you with your burn before, and I'll take the tub out again of the kind of salve that I created for Ringo, and I'll say I've still got some left if you need it.
she kind of like nods and thanks and takes it. Um, yeah, that'll probably be quite helpful.
It probably
Seems a
won't heal the
saving it.
scar, but it will stop any pain.
She thanks you and she takes it from you. Um, yeah, if you want to spend some time making some potions, you can give me a make potion roll. It'd be a roll. This will take a few hours. It'll use some of the supplies they have there. They do appear to have like picked up kind of a lot of valuable stuff in their excursions. So like there's some chemicals and things. Is there anything specific you're trying to make? Or is it just generic
I'll
for the item?
make some
He
stuff that they
needed the burn stuff.
I'll make some stuff that they need, right? I'll make like a potion for not a potion, but I'll make like a.
That's called make potions.
It is. I just realised that. Yeah. I'll I'll brew a potion
Paracetamol,
Yeah,
for
ibuprofen,
like
some
each of
generic
them.
you
stuff
know.
to give them. Yeah.
Yeah, bit of
And
cocodamol.
anything that's left over, I'm gonna try and create something that I've never created before, like an experiment or that kind of thing. And that's just for me.
Okay.
Maybe we should do the experiment outside in case it explodes.
Maybe. Okay, I'll do that. Under.
Okay. So yeah,
Tabby's like,
you
wait a
break
second,
out your
Cobb.
portable laboratory and you do some stuff. Right, give me a roll.
Two
Okay, two
successes.
successes. Yeah, you make some useful kind of like salves and potions and lotions, stuff to especially like rub on. This, you got some barrier cream for like the acid spit that you can put on that kind of stops it like melting her. For the insectoid mouse, you've kind of got some skin softening stuff, and where the kind of mutations kind of like not taken, you've got some things just to ease the pain and kind of soften the skin a bit. And for the moose, well, at first, you don't know what his mutation is,
Mhm.
but then when he takes off, His trench coat. Actually, let's find out. Let's do a roll to find out what his mutation is. That's always fun.
Ooh, I like it.
He's secretly a bunny rabbit,
Oh, I would like it, yeah.
like Donnie Darko style.
Let's have mutant year zero.
Lee, what's the mouse called?
The mouse is called Strozzy.
Strozzy.
Right, somebody roll me a D66.
Leon, you want to do that?
652.
A 66, not a D666.
Oh, sorry. 12.
Okay, so as he takes off his high-collared jacket, shows he's got very big gills along the side of his neck.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and he.
I am very impressed. Tabby's like,
catches a fly and eats it. Yeah,
how do they work?
he kind of looks just like painfully.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you see across his arms and stuff, he's got like really soft frog-like skin.
If he's having skin irritation, I'll make a salve for his skin. Kind of Sudafed, basically. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, of course, yes, yeah. Sudocrem, yeah, Sudafed would be for sinus congestion.
Oh, yes,
So he gets
Sudocrem.
Yeah. You can spend some time with them. But yes, Rachel, you can mark that you found two more corrupted to notify when you finally do work out where the corruption town is. You can lead to them. But yeah, they sit with you, they chat with you. Do you want to try and recruit them to the resistance?
Have you ever considered leaving the cabin? Maybe join the resistance?
And he goes, that sounds
Well,
dangerous.
If you don't think so, if you want to stay amongst your own kind, if you would call it that, I would understand.
I'll tell you what, if you can find Corruption Town and you can get us in there, then whatever they decide we'll do. Help you.
I'm not sure I mean, Tabby believes it exists. I don't.
It 100% exists, Cobb. I can't believe you don't believe it.
There's
It
been no
has to
evidence of it,
exist.
and if it did exist, I think we would have found it by now. But why not? If it doesn't exist, the town, why not just start it yourselves?
Oh, yeah, your pal dropped off.
Well, Cobb, there's nowhere safe to do it.
I mean, there's nowhere
There's
safe
a reason
and
it's a mystery.
there's nowhere safe until you make it safe, right? I mean, if there's no town, just build it and they will
But
come.
what if we make one and then we're attacked?
Probably, but it's gonna be difficult in the beginning for sure. But I feel like you guys are all walking around. I want to say us, you, us. We're all looking around for something that doesn't exist, waiting for a town that's not happening, and then we're just, surprised that it doesn't exist. If you want a town for the corrupted, make it.
So, with that, you talk long into the night about the creation of the town or discovering the town. But with that, we'll move across to some other players. Oi! How you get on?
Cobb for mayor.
I'm sore from smiling and nodding at this absolutely batshit crazy bastard I'm in a boat with.
Yes.
Like, after my roles in the previous game, he is convinced that I am willing to convert to whatever he's selling. And in my mind, I have realised that, yeah, he's not working with the Watchers, he's just completely mental. And I've gotten myself into a potentially stranger danger situation. So I'm trying to ride it out as calmly as possible.
Absolutely fine. Well, I'll tell you, the boat he's got you goes into a small kind of docking area. And as you're going up, you can see a familiar figure walking towards you. Hey, Debussy! You've arrived just in time to get you involved. You see Bowie standing beside an orangutan that has a robot arm and has got some robot stuff on his head.
I will pull out my gun. And I will shoot him instantly.
Is that your plan of attack?
I just seen machine arms. That to me means watcher.
Yeah, that's fine. If that's what we do. Boy, are you cool with this?
I'm trying desperately to stop him. Like, Debosi, no!
So you see the gun go up. As you go to pull the gun up, Bose is going to see you and immediately put his hands up and say, "No, please, I'm not a man of violence." Oh, he's got a Russian accent. Yeah, it does now. No, he said, "No, please, I'm not violent. I'm not violent. Please, don't hurt me."
that's a that's a strange way for. I've lost the voice. That's a strange way for Ah,
Hmm.
that's a strange way for you to be talking.
I've been blessed by the Watchers, but I am.
Let's find a bunch of shit.
I,
If you want to, you can
if you,
roll your shot if you want.
Fuck it. I don't know the
oh God.
situation. I think my friend's kidnapped.
Yeah. I'm trying to signal
Right.
that he's just crazy and like don't shoot, but it's point of no return now.
Okay, cool. You shoot and it hits him directly in the chest, and it scores across him and kind of like shoots the wrong way, and it rips open the skin, kind of like revealing like kind of like a shape, some kind of metal peck underneath there, and he cries out and he's like, "Ah! I'm in no danger to you. I am no danger to you."
I'm
You can't.
going to shield him with my body and growl over my shoulder. Debussy, stop! Just put the gun away. I'll explain in a minute. And then I'm gonna like pull a hanky out of my pocket and press it against the wound of this poor guy that's just been shot.
this,
This
this,
poor machine that just took a shot. No.
this, um,
I'll put that away and it'll be like, the Watchers have got to him. They better not have got to you too. But she would want me to kill her.
reloading the gun frantically.
Yeah.
I'm going to whisper to Bose that just put pressure on the wound. I'll be back in a second. My friend, he doesn't believe in the Watchers after what happened to his family. We're trying to convince him that Watchers are good. Just give me a moment, and then I'm gonna grab Debussy and huckle him to a quiet area. Like just gonna pick him up bodily under the arm.
I don't see that being that difficult considering I am both small and silent.
You do so easily, yes. You grab a hold of him, unless the pussy's going to continue shooting. What's happening?
Oh
I
no,
like
his
to
arms
think
are
he's
pinned. He
waving the
cannot
gun
shoot
around
unless he's shooting
as he's
himself in
getting
the foot.
carried away.
When I get him to a secluded area, I'm gonna put him down. I'm gonna smack him upside the head. And say, "What the hell do you think you're doing?"
This is a Watcher's minion. You were on a boat with them. I thought they were going to turn you into a machine and then you wouldn't be Bowie anymore.
I'm undercover, you idiot. We're trying to find out who's a spy working for the Watchers. Hopefully, I can convince this guy that you're just as crazy as he is, and he won't kill you. I mean, I don't think he'll kill you anyway, because he's completely batshit. But the point is, he was on the list of suspects, but after interacting with him, I think that he's just nuts. He believes that the Watchers are talking to him because he's receiving signals somehow in his head. And I'm not sure, but I think we can use that to intercept the Watchers and what their plans are if we're careful.
So we
So you need to play
dissect
it
him.
cool and keep the gun away.
I'll not aim for the head.
We need him alive.
Ah,
We'll find you someone to kill
fine.
eventually, but just for now, settle.
Fine. After I went through all the effort to get you this ski.
He hands you a soggy, filthy ski boot.
I'm going to politely put it down and then forget it exists.
Bose is leaning on his kind of a Sears staff and is like, although it is my brothers, could you please help me back to my camp, and I will keep that one away from me.
I'll kind of like pull out like some rotten bandages and be like, I suppose I could fix it. Barry told me you're not evil.
He looks at your disgusting, rot infected piece of bandages and goes, we have a healer at the camp that can help me.
I'm gonna pick him up and just like cradle him and take him to the camp.
Again, Bo says a full size male orangutan.
I'm also a very large, muscular lizard.
I know what you're
so
saying, but I mean, like,
it can be done with difficulty, but
okay, if I will allow that you can. He puts his arm over your shoulder and you carry him more easy than most would do. But again,
it's more to try and stop Debussy from shooting him again. I'm using myself as a body shield.
like, yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah. So the Bussy, they make you go ahead, and like he weighs a lot. Like the machine parts of this dude are heavy, but he certainly is reacting to the shot like it really hurt him. But you do notice it's like he's not bleeding profusely. And the skin that's kind of flapped across, it doesn't have like muscle underneath it. It was like some kind of metal skeleton. It's more like he knows this is how he's supposed to react and is reacting this way, but without the actual damage being there. But he's certainly fucking going on about it. So he's head towards a camp, and it's a bit of a distance. It's about an hour's hike slash drag.
So else we're traveling. With me watching, would I be able to kind of like figure out if he's manipulating us or lying in some way?
Absolutely, yeah. That's absolutely fine. Give me a sense of motion or a comprehend.
We'll go with comprehend, it's higher. 3 successes.
That's a shitload
Nice.
of successes, mate. Yes,
Damn.
3 successes. This guy is convinced that he's injured. This guy's like he's reacting the way he should react because he's convinced that's how he should react. Seems completely genuine. It's he's physically more machine than person, and mentally much more person than machine. It's scary getting shot. There's not much of the watch. There's the other abominations you've heard of don't react to this kind of thing. There's a lot more brain wise going on with this dude. Yeah.
Perhaps he's malfunctioning.
Oh.
He is quite curious. I'm sure Cobb would like to take him apart.
Okay, I'll show you this. So after a while, you just get led towards this. Don't worry about the picture. Just picked a random picture off the internet. It was just to make it more interesting. Now it does say here Bose explains how he awoke in this place. He explains between gasps that like this is where he woke up. Like it's all very strained and very kind of panicky. But he does talk about the others that he's found inside there. And that they are not quite as they don't really have the ability to talk like he does, or at least not in the way he talks.
I am going to start looking around for this holy liquid.
Cool. Well, you just get up to the front door, and it's effectively like a small kind of a concrete building, which you just walk straight into, and then behind it is a large kind of metal door. He walks up, panel like you've seen before at the warehouse, presses it, and just says, "I've returned my brethren," and then the door opens, and then you can walk inside, and it's a dimly lit chamber, but there is like what we would recognise as emergency lighting all around it, and yeah, you can see bodies moving around.
Are they paying any attention to us?
As soon as Bose walks in, they pay attention to him. They walk over and in robotic voices, they say, "You have returned," all that kind of stuff, and they kind of like they look in a lot more pain. They don't move anywhere near as well as Bose moved before you shot him. They kind of limp. You almost hear like the mechanical parts like whirring, and like occasionally see like sparks come off them. And sometimes it's almost like they're quite often dragging themselves on like large pieces of metal just to kind of get towards them. But you see 3 different shapes. There is a bear, an ape, and a dog. And Bose, they go up to Bose, they kneel before him, and he kind of touches them and does something, some kind of mark across it. "Rise, my brothers. It's good to see you again." And they'll kind of stand up, and they look at you. These are new visitors that have came to help, came to witness our glory.
I will kind of like look at Bowie like, the fuck have you got me into?
I'm just gonna like signal with my eyes and hope that he gets it. That he just needs to stay quiet and follow my lead.
I understand.
And I'm going to introduce myself to the group and try and get a little bit of information about each of them by just asking them, well, so who are you and how long have you been here? You know, what's your connection to the Watchers?
Um, they'll speak to, I'm not going to do three different things for this. So yeah, they speak to you, and all their answers are the same, that they don't remember anything in their past lives at all. They do mention that sometimes in dreams that they'll see like being underground and things happening to them, but they don't have any memories of their lives before that. And then they awoke in the tubes with Bose dragging them out. And as for the connections to their watchers, they just say that they can hear their voices, um, but they've not yet managed to make contact in a way where the watchers will accept them into their ranks and uplift them further.
In that line of questioning, I'm going to ask them if there's anywhere that they feel the connection is stronger to the Watchers in any part of the valley, or if there's any part where it's weaker. Because obviously, I want to get close to our machine spirits as well. But if there's an area where you feel more connected, it might be worth my pilgrimage to go there and feel more connected.
The three,
Basically, what I'm trying to do is find out if there's an area where the signal is stronger, so that that's potentially where they're doing the experiments, and we can go and bomb the shit out of it with the imp gun.
I got that, yeah. Yeah, so they seem to think of staying the temple. They can't really answer, but Bose does talk about a kind of pilgrimage he took around the valley, and he talks about he could hear the voices clearer in the mountain areas. He got more signals more often, and it was less strong to the south of the valley towards the Great Gate, which you guys should be able to see down here.
Yep.
But it
Yep.
was stronger when he was in these areas, especially when he walked the mountain path. You could hear the voices much more clearly. Um,
I'm
although
gonna.
he was told that he did talk about how when he went through checkpoints or approached checkpoints, he was ordered to back to the temple, which they referred to as the reclamation center for disposal, which he was a bit confused as what they meant by that.
I'm gonna score all this knowledge away to go back to Font with.
Uh, now, Boaz is going to say, I need to go and speak to our healer. And he is going to go back through. There's a door. He chaps on it 3 times and opens it. And somebody comes running out. Hey, Nostrand, what you doing?
Hello.
What did
I
he see?
shut up.
And that's the end of that.
I'm gonna hiss and instantly kill her because she's a badger.
Yeah. That's what you see, a badger, yeah. So,
I like reach out a big hand. And go, hello, I'm Dr. Nostrand. Pleased to meet you. Oh.
oh no.
Yeah, I'm not shaking that hand.
I will shake the hand.
This massive hand just envelops quite a small person, but massive hand.
Hello, I am curious about this Church of Watchers. Could you give us more information, please?
Oh, it's all rather strange in here. I came across them one day and came back to my tried to go back to my house, my wee den, but they insisted I come here and help them with their problems.
What
Yeah.
problem? I'm about to copy you there. What problems do they have?
Well, they seem to be made of robots.
But Bose is going to look at you and say, "Oh, I have not told you. We are not all there is." He kind of looks at the Brucey who shot him a little while ago and is like, "Just come and see." And he's going to invite you all into Nostrand's medical bay, I guess we'll call it. Um, this isn't how I planned on it, but seeing as Bo's got shot, I guess I have to do it differently.
Well, I did just see a machine with my friend on a boat. I'm going to assume, like, the Watchers
Assume
is
that
taking a.
shooting is the best course of action. That's fine. Yeah, look, these things happen. I get it. The
What's
Watchers is
from
scary.
the Resistance? It's like.
So you get to go into a room, and Nostrand is yeah, it's a fairly well equipped medical bay, but it doesn't look right. There is chemicals, and there is lots of machines. There seems to be lots of equipment. On the table, there is a rabbit which had a completely replaced leg, which is completely robotic. One of the arms is completely robotic. Half the skull has been replaced with like a large red eye, just metal. One of the ears is missing, and there's various kind of scars across the chest. And it looks like somebody's been kind of like has opened up part of it and has been digging around in there.
I'm gonna gasp because I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I am going to be mostly curious and then bring out the rabbit suit and be like, this may help.
Um,
Would you
rabbit,
like to buy it? I just need 3 bullets.
Bosley explained that they don't have any bullets, that they're a peaceful order. Um,
All the more reason to give me your bullets.
yeah, go back and just we don't have anything of that type. We are completely peaceful. Your point to
I
the
will
rabbits. This one,
accept water
we have
or
water.
food.
We have those things. He goes over to a tap and turns it, and water comes out.
I'm just going to grab lots of containers and just start like taking all the water.
You can have up to as much as you can carry. So I'd say about 6 water you can get from this.
Have any
Yeah.
of us seen a water tap that works?
One.
I mean, the dogs have got them.
I mean, I know I'm not there, but
Yeah, I mean, it's not completely unheard of, but like it's rare, and you wouldn't expect to find it in some broken down old building. But indoor plumbing that functions is pretty rare in this world.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, the rabbit kind of speaks every now and again, but it doesn't seem to have any relation to what's happening. It keeps asking for like orders, or occasionally just saying like really sad things about not being able to feel its bones anymore.
Hmm.
Doesn't respond to any external stimuli. Doesn't seem to notice its chest has been opened. And Bose will go over and put a hand on its head, and he closes his eyes. And then for like the briefest moment, the rabbit says, "Where am I? What's happened to me? Where?" And then it screams really loud, and he just takes his hand off its head. You need to work. You need to work more, Nostrand. It's not ready yet.
And I do wish you wouldn't do that, Bose. Every time you send Harry off on one, I have to start again.
I am absolutely horrified by what I'm witnessing right now and
I
thinking
am.
I should exterminate this entire place.
I am
Put them all out
extremely.
their misery.
I'm extremely curious at the fact that he was able to return someone to thinking normally, and all the Bussy is thinking is, I wonder what's inside him that makes that happen. Can this be used for the resistance?
Now that I've shot him, he definitely wants to be my friend.
Oh no, I don't need him
Definitely.
alive.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that.
You can
You also
kidnap him
notice
as
three
well. I'm
containers.
not good, remember.
You notice that there's other containers with other animals with various different kind of modifications.
Okay, I believe that I read this in one of my magazines once. I believe this is called torture, and I'm not like totally against it, but You know, this is a little far.
It's just surgery, my dear boy. Surgery. Now, if you come over here and look really closely, you can almost focus on the wound.
And you want to
Yes,
also have a look?
I will have a look. In fact, I'm going to like look Nostrand up and down. Is this a crazy person or just a person that has no morals and is doing this?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not speaking for Benny's character. Benny's character. How would you go about explaining why you are doing what you're doing?
Well, Nostra's a bit bumbling and kind of stumbled into this whole situation, and it's just gone. Well, this is happening.
You know, what I will say is you don't get the idea of any malice from Nostrand, and it doesn't appear that any of this was her idea. Like she didn't like when she says, "Let's start experimenting." Bose is kind of cajoled her into doing this, and out of like sheer kind of like awkward politeness, she's now she's now trying to like help, but this is super advanced technology. She's got scalpels. It's like okay,
And also the inability to focus on anything further away than, say, that far from her face.
yeah. So Bowie, I will go. Yeah, they Bose explains again and again, like it's helping that they didn't do this. They just want to try and bring these ones back. These ones weren't. Their faith wasn't strong enough, and they're hoping by like maybe putting some of the parts in together differently, it'll help. But it sounds like a lot of people like it's cavemen trying to like fix a rocket.
Hmm. I'll kind of like look over at Bowie and be like, "Well, you said it's your call. Like, you said I was wrong to do what I did, and it's like, now that you've seen everything, what do you think?"
I'm going to look at Bose and ask him if I can speak to Nostrand for a moment.
Of course, of course. I'll say by this point, Nostrand is like stitched him back up. And Nostrand, you will notice that really the only damage was the skin flap. Like there was nothing wrong with him at all. But once you start, he seems much happier. Like that's him back to normal.
I
And
did
he like
ask him
walking
where it hurt, though.
yeah. He is like, yeah, there. And yep, it's literally just a stitch job. That's all you've done. Um, so he stands up and just walks out the room. If you need any help, we'll be here. We will go and you see them go off into like in front of some other machinery, and they start kind of doing some
I'm
prayers and
just,
meditation.
I like to think he walked up to a wall and just stared at
No,
it.
no, they're doing some weird cult shit. um, they all start masturbating. No, they don't. They're normal.
Ew.
They just go up and they start like they start recanting prayers, but the prayers sound very much like to you, boy, like military movements, like "Blessed be Zone 14," where there's been an incursion, that kind of stuff. Send the holy reinforcements to checkpoint 17, that kind of stuff. Like
Oh damn.
I feel like they've added the bits about the holy, to be honest.
I will take notes of all that they are saying.
Yeah.
You take notes that there's a lot of words you understand the words, but the context is hard to discern.
Yeah, but I can also sort of figure out that it might be some secret military code that they're getting from the Watchers, which will be very useful for the Resistance.
Could be. You don't know. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, could be.
I'm
Could
gonna
I
get.
figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be cool if you could work out the code.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, look, they're literally just saying the names of things, and then so yeah, there could be meaning behind that, or could there not? Who knows? That might be
These
fun.
could be important areas of note.
It could be.
But in the meantime, I'm gonna be like, what the hell is going on here? And like speaking to Nostrad, like, why are you helping these abominations? Can't you see they're suffering? Why are you not putting them out of their misery? What kind of monster
Oh,
are you?
oh, you're still here. Well, you know, the first rule is do no harm. Obviously.
Do no harm.
Also,
Do you not see what you're doing to them?
I can barely see you. Where is the patient?
I'm gonna like gesture to a table and realize that she can't see that, so I'm gonna turn her and stand her next to the rabbit that just had the complete freak out. Like, can
Ah,
you not
Harry,
hear what
Harry
you're
the
doing?
rabbit. Can you hear me, Harry? Harry here.
Harry here. Harry doesn't respond to you at all, and then after like a moment or two, um, we'll just say input orders for Unit 001.
I don't have any orders, Harry. Would you like a Werther's original?
He's silent, and after a few moments, he says, this unit is in need of repair.
Yes, you're always complaining about repairs. Hang on. Wait a minute. Let me find my needle and thread. I have it somewhere here. It's just like feeling on the table for.
You find it jabs directly into your hand, yes.
Ow! Ah, there we are.
You can give me a hero roll to put him back together if you want.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's try that.
So
What do I need to roll again?
Yeah, you can either give me a comprehend, a heal. That would be fun either way.
I want you to be a doctor with rubbish healing.
She has negative healing somehow. It's really
Oh, good
impressive.
I've forgotten how to do this. How do I do this again?
Successes
I
are
will say in D&D I had a character
No.
in mind of a
No.
cleric with low wisdom. Like it was going to be wisdom and
Wow,
stat.
that's so many dice, and you didn't roll any successes.
You can push it. Push it.
Push the roll if you want.
That's so
If you
much
roll
dice.
it,
Why
take
not?
damage.
Let's go for it. No?
Accidentally kill him.
No, that was
Well,
better.
see what
One.
happens. Basically, you kind of there's a panel sitting beside. It looks like you'd kind of pried off, and there's a bunch of tubes going towards like a kind of like a blue beating heart module. You think so? You kind of like put the cables all back to where you best remember them going from the first time, and kind of jam them back in. Put the panel on, put the screws back in, put this kind of muscular skin flap over the top, and you saw it all shut. It doesn't appear to make any overall difference to what the rabbit is saying, but it, um, it looks good. Usually, you dump Harry back in his tube of green goo at this point because he goes quiet when he's in there. Seems to be peace. But up to you.
Well, back in the goo for you, Harry.
So you kind of hump him across and then up the ladder and upside down, and he kind
A
of like.
job well done. This big pause just.
Yep, Harry, the eye that was kind of blinking the burning red, and the other one, did they close once he goes into the goo, and he just kind of like slowly turns round to a kind of floating dead-like position. But yeah, Harry seems to be back in stasis.
I am again going to ask Nostrad why she hasn't put them out of their misery by killing them.
Oh, you're still here. Well, you might as well sit in the chair. What seems to be the problem here?
The problem here is that you are enabling these creatures to suffer.
Well, life is suffering, so
What is wrong with you?
I have been away from my home for a rather long time now. I'm awfully tired. I could do with like a sleep in the dirt. As could they. Some Doctor Humor there.
I'm just gonna look at her as if she's lost her fucking mind, and be like, yeah, I cannot deal with this weird badger right now, and I'm gonna signal to Debossy, follow me for a minute.
Sure. So, all hail area 7621. Yeah, okay. I think I've got half the prayers.
Scott, give me a comprehend roll.
one success. I think I've got to push that to see if I can get some more.
Okay, two.
Three
Oh, not three.
successes.
Right.
Nice one.
They reference the same thing a few times, and you're like, it's the way the grid would be moved out, like the way that makes the most sense from the kind of like the older maps you've seen of it. Sounds like there'd be entrances to the underground part of the valley, definitely in the mountains somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like it'd be near where the cats have got an encampment.
Mm-hmm. I'll kind of, when I go off with Barry, I'll be like, yes, it was very smart to come here. We might actually know where the Watchers are staying.
I'm gonna try and get him to keep his voice down so that he's not screaming that to whoever might be listening.
They do not
'Cause-
appear to be paying attention. They are all continuing the holy devotions.
Yeah, I'm still aware that they're hooked up to the Watchers though, so I don't know what's
Oh, yeah.
happening in their minds. And then going to say to Debossy, do you still want to kill something? Because I can't leave these creatures like this. I saw this before we went to go find Curry, and these creatures aren't living. This is what the Watchers will do to us if we get caught, and I can't leave them like this to suffer. I think we should put them out of their misery.
I will start raiding my trolley to see if I find anything like a Molotov cocktail.
Give me a scavenge roll.
Two successes.
You've got some. You kind of dig through your stuff, and you come out with some kind of chemical that has got like a big skull on it, and like some crossbones, and a bunch of other things that look super duper dangerous. You've never opened this before because you're like, this can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, if I dumped that in that green shit, that probably wouldn't go well for what is ever in there. And if you done it sneaky like, they might not realise it was you.
I think that's a plan. If we can get that crazy doctor to put them all in the goo and get Bose to go in as well.
All four of them, there's four creatures in there, they're all currently in the goo. And as we've considered, Billy can't see shit. So
But
I hope there's glasses that we can find.
I think I might have wandered up and gone, oh, well, it does seem like rather a radical treatment, but at this point, I'm willing to consider it. Doctors?
From what I've heard, it's it can help people with headaches, and every one of them seem to have a headache. You should get them all into the goo at once, and then you can administer this medicine. That I like put a smiley face over the skull as I handed to
I cannot see the smiley face.
Has
Oh,
I
the
thought the
skull.
skull was one.
Has Bose already gotten in the liquid as well, or is he just standing and doing his bit?
the ones that talk, the dog, that they do not go into the liquid is used to store the ones that are like that are not functioning. So there
Okay.
is there's four that just kind of like they just talk and like do their devotions and don't leave, and then there's four that like Mary's character's been trying to help, but unsuccessfully.
I am going to say to Debossy quietly without Nostrad hearing,
I've wandered off. I'm
I need you to stay calm. I'm about to do something really weird, but I need you to trust me. And then I am going to drop to the floor with my hands on my head and go, oh my goodness. The Holy Revenants, the Watchers, they speak to me.
Okay, give me dominance with a +3 because they're into it. Touched by the Holy Spirit. Go for it. I'm so glad you didn't try to fight them, by the way, guys, because they're so strong.
Oh damn.
I don't even need to roll the +3.
You should anyway.
I'm gonna.
Just in case you get another 3.
You got 3 in
Oh,
total.
you have 3 total. Damn.
Yep, absolutely fine. Bo is sensing your emotion, feels that you are touched by the holy stuff, and they run over. He runs over to you and kind of like bows before you, and he starts to kind of like chant incantations about the holy power surge and that kind of thing. And the other ones kind of hobble over towards you, and they kind of like circle you, and they seem to be um, praying towards you and seem enraptured with how you are now speaking in the holy tongues of the Watchers. Maybe
I'm just firing out like terms that we used to use in the lizard camp for doing the rounds of where we need to go to each location, and I'm just firing that out, and then I'm
oh,
just gonna stop and go, the goo. Our answers will be in the goo. They have told me if we get in that vat, they will bless us with their holy powers. And then I'm gonna just like give this great yelp of woohoo.
okay. Yep. With that, if that is what you want to do, then they will stand and they will hobble towards the vats, and they will all climb in. They will each pick a one, and they will drop in beside them, and all they will power down as they go in as well. And finally, Boaz will stand above them, and he will say a blessing towards them. Say, and this brings me closer to my dreams. Then I will do such a thing, and he will climb into the final vat, and you'll see him kind of cut out as well.
Just before he cuts out, I'm just gonna like, and this will bring you peace, my friend.
Hmm.
And
He
like,
smiles massively, like a child smiling at their mother.
and then when he's powered down, I'm gonna be Debosi now.
Yeah, just start pouring it into every single one of the goose.
Okay, so yep, but you put the tops down, you do the locking mechanisms that they handily have on top of them,
Yep.
and they don't move. They don't power up. They don't scream. They don't resist in any way. And you slowly start to see the flesh just kind of dissolving from them, and then the musculature, and then whatever was left of the organs, it starts to kind of putrefy and liquefy into the goo until they become murky black.
I'm gonna let out a small tear of guilt and sadness because I genuinely did not like what happened to them, and I genuinely didn't want to be so cold and kill them, but it was best to put them out their misery.
The pussy is
Uh,
gonna be like, yes, the machine parts are left. Scavenge them.
I'm standing right next to them where they are, and I'm going. So what happened then?
It appears that they left. They said, you can go do whatever you want. You're free now. They don't need your help anymore.
I go up to one of the
They
things.
told you should
Oh, they
join the
appear to have
resistance,
liquefied.
actually.
Oh dear.
I will say there's a big handy. Once that this has all happened, the panel opens because fuck it, why not? And there's a big red button.
Well, I'd better flush these then.
Yeah, so you hit the flush buttons, and yeah, it all drains out, and like the kind of like remaining skeletons, you could call it partial skeletons.
Oh, I'm
Even the parts
stealing
are gone.
these parts. Like,
If you want to steal the parts, you certainly can. You certainly can. That will not be a problem. Do you want to take the parts? I'll say the most obvious one's the orangutan skull. The rest of them seem. No, you know what? You don't. Yeah. You can absolutely. Yeah, there's
do you
bits
want
of
me
arms.
to roll anything to see if I can figure out what would be best?
You can if you want.
What will I roll? What one
Let me
would you
comprehend
like?
for this.
One
Uh,
success.
None of them are powered on, but the orangutan skull is the one that's most. He was the one you've seen do something. He was the one you've seen like place his hand upon it and like manage to bring back the consciousness.
That is the big thing that I'm more interested in, because
Yeah.
if I can get the animals to act like themselves again, that is a big thing for the resistance.
So yeah, it drains. You manage to like hook part of it. You pull his heavy ass body back out. The head's what's left. When you look at the other skull, some of it's just implants. So there's only bits and pieces. His seems to be a complete refit of the skull. Thank you, man. Love you. Um, but yeah, his seems more complex. It's like a large portion comes what would have been outside the skull. That's the part you see on the side. So that's the bit you kind of dislocate it from the neck, pull it off. Is that what you want to do?
Yep, and then I'm going to put it into my trolley and hide it. I know as a player this is a dumb move, but if I was a person in this situation, it's
Well,
like,
that's Lucy Scott. It's a genius idea. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this. I love it. I'm going to wear it as a hat. Fuck it. Uh, so yeah, you can make a note of this. You have Bosey's skull, and
yeah.
I will have to make up an
I will.
artifact part for this later on. Um, Skull of the Reclaimer. There we go.
There's my inventory.
I mean, as a scavenger, you're kind of the tech person of this as well, so there'll be some fun things we can do with this. But anyway, yeah. So you've got that. There's bits and pieces left. You notice one of the arms has a motion in it. When you do that, like a large kind of like blade comes out of it. So yeah, there's like a blade if you want that.
Yeah, I'm taking everything. I'm a scavenger. That's what I do.
We'll just put in, and if you want to make a note, just say I've got various parts of abominations in.
Various horrifying machine parts.
Yeah, various terrifying things that will definitely be terrible later on. It will definitely come to life and chase us. That's cool.
Various horrors.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got all this stuff. Nostrand, your patients are all dead, and the cult have committed mass suicide. On the words of Bowie.
Well, my work here is done.
I did about the same as most of my operations.
A job well done.
I have 0 ill patients.
Yeah, you've cured 100% of these people. They are all better.
They're no longer in pain.
Delicious. Problem solved. So yeah, the Temple of the Reclaimers is now quiet. Yeah, what are you guys doing now?
I am going to try and persuade Nostrand to come with us because if she's been here for a while, she'll have knowledge of how to take these things apart, what makes them tick, and she might be a little bonkers, but the information could be invaluable for the resistance.
I'll just say, with how bumbling and easily swayed Nostrand is, she just goes with you. She just
This is how her life has been up until this point. People say, John, come with us. You go, all right.
The resistance could use with your help.
basically a metaphor for a whole life is being turned around, pointed at something, and pushed that way.
I like to think that as we're leaving, I'm going to spray paint on the wall. Fuck the Watchers.
Totally can desecrate the temple on the way out. Yeah, that is fine. So do you want to spend the night there, or do you want to just head back to the ape outpost?
I want to head back to the ape outpost to recon with the others and get the information from what Oppie and Cobb and Tabby have been up to.
Absolutely fine. So I'll say you do that. You make your way back. It is getting late by the time you get there. The jetty where Bose had left his boat is there. But you notice that like the outpost is mainly dark at this point. There's a few lights on. You know there will be patrols, and outposts tend to kind of not be happy about other species wandering around at night. Certainly questions asked at the very least. But you could easily the area where the boat has been left. There is a small building that you could kind of make camp in for the evening if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna make camp.
Okay, cool. So we'll fast forward to the next morning, unless there's anything you guys want to discuss that night.
Then Bowie's what I talked to Bussy about the various horrifying things he's done.
I mean, no, because I asked him to do some of those horrifying things, so I'm like, I'm not proud of it.
Crimes go. I'm pretty sure we just war crime there, but
I mean, yeah, we did.
A little bit.
But in my mind, it was for the greater good. So.
That's for the greater good. It's fine then.
The greater good.
Listen, I know
the
you're
greater
feeling
good,
guilty.
they all dissolved.
I know you're feeling guilty, but like they weren't us, like they weren't complete animals. They were lesser than, so we put them out their misery, like you said.
I know.
Everything you said there became worse.
I know.
I appreciate him trying to help, though. I appreciate what he's
I
trying
mean,
to do.
do you complain if you break your toaster?
What's a
What's a
toaster?
toaster again? Do you want to
Uh,
see a toaster? I think this is a toaster. I pick up a microwave.
yeah,
Pair of hair tongs.
yeah. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, you just go back and forward, discuss the various horrors you've committed. Debussy, um, give me a comprehend roll. Ooh, and you're on fire
Oh,
tonight.
I know, I
Okay.
never roll well. The
Um,
Bushy seems to be like, as soon as I become a monster, it's like all the
yeah.
dice.
You need to commit horrors, you say. Then in that case,
I,
succeed.
Scott tries to settle things down, make peace, no successes. Scott decides to commit war crimes, 7 successes.
Yeah, all the kinds. Um, you kind of roll the skull back and forward in your hands, and you think, I could refashion this. This is complex, but this bit makes sense to there, that bit makes sense to there, and you kind of start to like take bits apart and refashion it. And you realize that you could actually fashion this into a helmet that would fit your head. And also, there seems to be a cable you could put down your arm onto some kind of connector here. So I will say that for the helmet of the Reclaimer, you've got one success in making something from it. You'll need a total of 3 successes over various different. We're not going to do it all in one set. Over three sessions, where you've got time to sit down. You can't just like do it in the middle of like doing some shit.
I can't do it here. It has to be back at the
Yeah. This
arc.
is going to be. But for the start, you've made something. You've made progress towards doing something. I'm gonna have to fucking work that one out. Great, there's me having to do some actual work.
I can cure the machine men.
Yeah. It just briefly confused them anyway. But we'll find out. We'll work something out. So yeah, you've made the first step in the helmet of the Reclaimer. The next morning comes without issue. Tabby and Cobb, did you spend the night with your new corrupted friends?
I think so.
Leon, are you sleeping? I'm not sure.
Leon.
I think he's just staring like, what the fuck did you do?
I
I'm not sleeping, I promise. So
I was only
Leon,
out there for a second.
did you spend the night with your corrupted friends?
I'm gonna need you to repeat that again, ma'am. I was blacked out there
That's
for
okay,
a good
mate.
like 10 minutes.
We noticed. I thought, yeah, okay, cool. So that's their part of this came to an end. Did you spend the night with the corrupted that you met in the cabin?
Yeah, probably would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after you have had the night with them, they kind of go back and forth. They sound quite excited about looking for Corruption Town. Rachel, did you tell them about the trio that you met in the tower?
I mentioned that I knew people, but she won't say anything else because obviously she said she wouldn't. So not really. No.
Okay, so you don't tell me anything about Flynn's tower. That's okay.
No.
Um,
Tabby will
Oh.
want to go to find Flynn's tower, go back to it to talk to him maybe, but she won't tell them because she promised.
that's
And
absolutely fine.
Tabby does not break a promise.
That's cool. So the next morning comes without issue. They provide you with a breakfast. Do you just want to make your way back to the outpost as well?
I
I'll
mean, I guess so.
over
Okay.
breakfast. I'll ask them if they've seen any corrupted foxes with a similar affliction as to the mouse, um, by the name of Shepherds.
They shake their heads. They don't. The moose and the mouse don't actually try and engage with anybody at all. They tend to like if they see anybody, they just leave. The moose is particularly adept, as are all moose, at avoiding people.
Hmm.
Um, so no, they've not come in contact with anyone. And Quinn will tell you. Hold on a second, I got that right. Quinn will tell you that she's not came across anybody, and there's been no corrupted foxes in the outpost that she's met anyway. And she does try and keep an eye out for people that she think might be corrupted,
Mm.
but they don't often come into the outpost. It's weird. There's not actually that many corrupted. You guys have just bumped into the only ones in the valley, so it just seems to happening. But
Mm,
that's not intentional. You guys just keep picking the places they are.
mm.
But she says she'll keep an eye out for him. And does she? Do you want to relay a message?
No, just stay away from that one.
She kind of nods.
Pure evil.
Ah,
Pure
I'm
evil.
just kidding. I don't know who it is.
he's just a DICK. Shepherd is not cop approved.
And to
But
those that don't know,
Have you
when
guys
we're
actually had a noodle dog?
they shake their heads. They've not had a noodle dog.
do
Oh
they
my
have
god, Cobb.
materials to make little dogs?
No, it's an incredibly
Probably
complex
not.
process.
It is.
Yeah, you need both
Okay, so
noodles and
next time
dog.
I see you, I promise I'll have noodle dogs, okay?
They appear excited by the prospect.
Good.
Oh.
Very good.
I think when we leave, we probably maybe just take like a long way round, sort of, just in case.
Yeah, you go back a longer route. You kind of do zigzag. You double back on yourselves to make sure no one's following you. You do all the things you're supposed to do to make sure nobody could easily follow your trail. As a
Mm.
hunter, you know how to do all this kind of stuff fairly easily, and you just make your way back. Just for the sake of brevity, I will say that you all make your way back to the outpost, and once the sun is up and trading is resumed, you all meet each other with the addition of Nostrand, who you've never met before, in the center of the outpost. It's not as big a trading hub as the dog tribe, but there is other animals come in and trade like food and scrap and um, not much artifact trade that you've noticed. But you see animals of note speaking to other ones, looking like they're trying to work out hunting areas or anything else. So upon meeting each other all again, what? Oh, and of course, the area is abuzz with yesterday's event. There's talk of a gorilla attacking and killing an elder.
What?
What?
I
What?
Guys, I haven't seen
automatically,
Oppie in a while.
yeah, that's. We need to find out what's going on here and where's Oppie. We need to know he's okay.
Well, they went to check on Aspect. We need to find them. They'll know, right?
That sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna try and see who the loudest person is, like talking about this gossip,
Mm.
and ask
There
them.
is groups of apes talking about it. To be honest, there's loads of them.
Should we
Have you
get?
Um,
guys seen Oppie? Do you know where he is?
well, I mean, there was Curie was who sent you on this mission. If
Should
you
we
just
get
want to grab
Curie?
a rando,
Sh-
Mhm.
should we grab Curie? Have her come with us?
I don't think that she should be seen with us at this stage.
I
Okay.
want to find Oppie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You approach the group of orangutans, and you notice that Aspect is not amongst them. They see you coming. They stare at you as you approach.
Hello there. I wanted to check in. A friend of ours was meeting one of your hunters. I was hoping that you might be able to tell us a little bit about where they are, where they might have got to. So,
Kind of large gorilla kind of just comes lumbering up to you. Um, Baseball bat kind of slung, a very very large baseball bat slung over the shoulder. Who are you looking for? Who are you looking for?
Where's Oppie? What have you done with him?
Dabby, it's okay. We don't want to presume. It was a friend of ours, Oppenheimer. They were speaking to a hunter called Aspect.
Looks at the thieves and
He's a seer, an elder, and I'll say his number because I can't remember his number, and I know they
yeah,
have numbers, but
he looks at you and he knows who you're talking about. He was one of ours. What do you care?
what do you mean was?
He was our friend. And again,
Is
was.
our friend.
Yeah, he is our friend.
Well, he got into a bit of a scuffle. with Aspect. We didn't think the little runt had it in him, but he says that Oppie was giving him a hard time, and he was. We seen him. He smacked him about a little bit. We thought it was funny. Old Oppie hitting him, but then Aspect tried to talk it through with him. He says he went feral. He had wrestled with him, and then Oppie had a revolver, a gun. Don't know where
Well,
he got
that's
it.
rubbish. Oppie doesn't carry a gun.
Well, he had a gun because we heard it go off, and when we went over to find him, Aspect
How
had
would...
taken it. Says it went off, and Oppie died.
So he killed Oppie.
Well,
I'm
we
gonna
don't know what
hiss.
happened.
Where is this Aspect?
Got him locked up till the boss works out what to do with him.
Where is he?
Yeah, looks it up. What did I tell you?
Because I'm asking really nicely.
Yeah, there's that thing when it puffs up his lips and everything. I don't think you'll be any help around here, cat.
What's
What? Yeah.
your name? You
Thumps his chest. Newton.
Newton, you seem to be obviously a respected member of this tribe. We want to treat you with that same respect. Perhaps we could trade with you for just a couple of minutes alone with Aspect.
Look, I'm not the boss around here.
You should
I
be.
just watch out the place. Keep the place safe. You want to speak to Boar.
Boar. Who is Boar?
Boar. He's the boss. The
But
alpha.
but
The big
why
man.
though? Why aren't you the boss, Newton? You seem to be a very capable ape.
Because I know my place.
Hmm. Say no more.
Plus,
At least you're
Boar's
not
got a
stupid.
laughs when you say that. Plus, Boar's got a lot of people on his side.
What was your relationship to Oppie?
You around know everybody. Don't you know everyone in your tribe? He's a good old bloke. He would do if we were going into the valley. He would do some scrying for us, tell us if it was safe, tell us if we maybe shouldn't go.
Would you have
He was
called him a friend?
as much as anyone's a friend. Anyone can turn feral though, and in that moment they're not your friend. They'll rip you apart.
Oppie wasn't feral. He was a good
Anyone can
person.
turn feral.
I
He
have
was
to
too
walk away at
wise
this
for
point
that
because I'm too
shit.
angry.
Did Aspect happen to mention why Oppie went feral? Why he was talking to Aspect?
Didn't say a word. Just says he went feral and he pulled a gun, which is unusual. Usually, if you go feral, you don't use weapons. You use these. Points his teeth, taps them. Use these. Don't usually pull a weapon. Bit weird, but maybe he pulled it and then went feral. I don't know. But he was hitting Aspect before it, so you got to be careful. You're going to hit someone, they're going to hit you back. You pull a weapon, you damn well better use it properly.
This boss, you mind if we speak to them?
You go right ahead.
What's the boss's name?
Boar. Bohr.
Where would we find this boar?
He's over in the greenhouse.
I'm not going to wait for anybody else. I'm storming off to that greenhouse right now.
I'll head toward it as well.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, you head over towards the greenhouse. Greenhouse is the biggest building on the island. It's been repaired over the years. You can see the parts where it's actually been repaired by the animals themselves. A lot of the building itself, though, is clearly ancient. It was built by, you would assume, the humans. You see a lot of orangutans kind of going around the top of it. And at the front gate, there is 4 orangutans with various different weapons, just kind of like guarding, lounging about the front door.
I'm here to speak to your boss.
Okay, so you walk up to the first one, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. There you go. Looks at you. No.
I wasn't asking.
Oh, makes it easier then. Turns his back at you.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going towards the door. I don't give a fuck. He can't. He can stop me, but at this moment, I'm so angry. I just don't care.
Cool. He lets out a warning call.
Can I,
Which somebody's
before he does the warning call, can I like try and dose him with like maybe some
just to
kind of like
clarify, middle of the day, I said there was 4 of them at the door,
as a
and
never
you're
mind.
gonna try and ether them, yeah?
No, if there's 4 of them, maybe not then.
Can I try
Strictly
and
code
sneak
four.
round?
Right. We'll do all the things in a second. Valerie said she's going towards the door, so that's what's happening. So he is going to do a warning call, which is power. It's a call loud enough to be held a mile away, and this one, basically, he's all the noises you can hear stop, and about 4 more orangutans turn up at the top of the building, start looking down. You see some of them kind of pulling weapons, and you see the ones that were previously lounging are suddenly on their feet, and they've got weapons drawn. Bow, are you still going, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna repeat that I'm here to see their boss.
I don't know you. I don't like you, and I don't take orders from you. And Boar certainly doesn't see any bit of trash that walks in off the street. If you want to see him, you tell me why you're here, and I'll maybe go and ask him if he wants to speak to you.
Because
You don't
I
get to.
have information about a traitor in his midst, and I'm not gonna give that information to a grunt like you.
Oh, well, you've got information about a traitor. You're gonna have
And
to
I'm
give me
just
a
gonna
little.
stare at him. I'm not gonna respond to that. I'm just gonna stare at him.
You're gonna have to give me a dominate roll then.
Maybe just one of us could meet with Boar if they would be so inclined. We do have information that if it came to light that you, what's your name, pal?
I'm pushing the roll.
Cool. You need at least 2.
Damn it.
You puff out your chest. You kind of do all this stuff and he like kind of does the ape roar right in the face. Does some posturing. You just kind of posture each other, and you kind of realize that you're not getting by this guy unless you come to him with something more impressive than word of a traitor. Didn't even flinch at the word of a traitor. I tell you what, I'll get you a meeting with Boar. Give me something to make it worth my while.
I think that it's in your best interest for us to meet with Boar. The information that we have, if it came to light that you stopped us from telling your boss, I think your boss would be quite disappointed with you. I'm only trying to help you out, you see.
I don't know any of you. There's not an ape amongst you. You're actually a kind of weird group as it is. You
There
think
was
if
an ape amongst us,
who was
but
that?
unfortunately, he was killed last night. Very suspicious circumstances.
Mm.
You might have known him. Oppie.
Well, we've got the guy that done it. What else you gonna tell you? Gonna tell me who done it again?
We have
Where is the guy?
some more context as to why we believe that Oppie was killed.
Oppie's dead. Oppie was an elder. We liked Oppie, but Oppie wasn't anyone. Just a seer. Didn't even
Oppie
spend
was
much
a
time here.
good chimp.
He was an orangutan.
He
That's
cared
what I
about
said.
he cared about your tribe, and he died to kind of avenge one of your tribe becoming an abomination.
I'm gonna lean into his face and just be like, when the Watchers come and slaughter your entire village because of this traitor in your midst, what are you gonna do then? You could have prevented it if you let us through now.
We pay
And then
respect to the Watcher. You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna lean back out of his face after saying it.
Hmm. Um, people always say the Watchers are gonna come and get you. Oh, the Watchers are coming. Watchers do come. Watchers take people. Watchers have always done that. They've taken your
And you
tribe.
don't
They've
care?
taken my tribe. Don't care. It's the way things are. They've always done it.
Doesn't mean they should.
You're not wrong. But I don't let anybody in to see the boss unless they give me something more concrete. You're saying you've got information on the traitor. The way you're saying it sounds like the traitor's aspect. We got aspect.
There's more information that we believe about Aspect is about the reason that they killed Oppie.
I'm
Okay. Yep.
I'm gonna name drop Bose and be like, Aspect wasn't your only traitor.
So you say about Bose as well? Or the crazy preacher?
The one who was sending signals directly to the Watchers? Yeah, that's him. He was telling the Watchers all your security plans. I'm completely bluffing right now, but
I
he
got
doesn't
that,
know
yeah.
what.
Oh, you see. Okay. Wait here. And he goes into the building. You hear locks unlock, and then you hear the locks lock behind him. The rest of the orangutans just kind of stand like nonchalantly leaning on things. Um, After a while, um, Boar goes to the top of the wall. Right, right. Who the hell are you guys? Smoking a pipe.
Hello,
Friends of Offie.
we are.
He rolls down a rope comes down. He kind of swings down it. 4 more orangutans kind of flanking him. So you now got a total of 7 plus him. There's 2 up on the wall. Looks like they're carrying some kind of long range weapons, slings.
We very much appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. Boar. Can I maybe give you some coffee or something to
You can tell me what the fuck you want, or you can fuck off.
We want to talk to Aspect.
Like, Aspect is getting dealt with. I'm not going to hand him over to you. I don't know who you are.
No, you don't need to hand him over. That we would like to speak to him.
You want to speak to him
with your
Yes.
permission, of course.
Obviously.
about what?
I'm gonna give him a bow out of respect, and just be like, "You're a great leader of your tribe. He has information on who he sold you out to. Surely that's
Right.
worth something."
Are you saying he's a collaborator? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, we wanna. That's what Oppie believed, and that's why they were speaking to them. And now Aspect has killed them. We wanna find out what happened, what they know.
Looks, he points to each one of you. If you make a single move to hurt Aspect in any way, I will kill every single one of you and feed you to the Moreos.
Deal.
And I
I
mean
make
anything. If he dies today or tomorrow, I'm coming after every single one of you. I'm going to tell the Watchers this was all you, and you went after the collaborator. Do you understand?
Fair enough.
Why are you
Right.
so keen to protect him?
Because I like being in charge.
Are
I'm
you
the
going
boss
to deal
because
with
I
him?
hold this. Am I going to deal with him? I'm going to keep a hold of him for a while, see what he's got to say.
Well, fair enough.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't seem like the best idea coming from
It's
me.
okay.
I mean,
Didn't really
You
know.
didn't. You can do what you like.
this
You're prisoner.
person was especially like a spy, and they killed one of your elders. You're letting them, just sit around.
What's your name, boy?
They call me. They call
I'll
me.
hand them a flyer.
It's okay. I'm gonna update it with my new name. The
So, are you telling him your name or not? The flyer, does it say cop approves?
No, it says the spider raccoon what was the name you said?
Resistance Raccoon, yeah.
The resistance raccoon. Like this is
So, you think I should announce to the Watchers that I'm in league with the Resistance when they can march in here and burn the whole place to the ground? Because you tried to make me feel bad about maybe following
No.
their orders.
No, I just think it's not the best idea for.
Are you in charge of your tribe?
No, but
How many people depend on you to be alive?
I don't know, man. Are you?
I
You're the
do.
one that's
Yes.
letting your elders get killed by the Watchers. I don't know, bro. Fucking chill.
Looks you. You've got 5 minutes. You guys, he points to 6 of them. Take them. They do anything stupid, kill them. Except that one. Points to Bussy. Looks cool.
I like to think I'm literally wearing the skull of the orangutan at the time.
I still have the blonde wig on.
Yeah. So he says, yeah, actually, if they do anything, kill the raccoon.
Huh?
I found him the most annoying. He goes back, he climbs back up the rope and goes back to the greenhouse. They will then lead you to Aspect. You find Aspect in a room, kind of like chained up to a wall. 4 of the orangutans stand outside, 2 going with you. Probably ushering 5 of you in to see the prisoner.
Are they watching us or?
Yes, they're watching you. They're standing right there.
We could use some.
We're not leaving, mate. Like he told us to watch you. So what do you plan on saying?
We might have to roll like 10 successes for them to leave.
To be fair, probably not even that. Like, guards ain't gonna just fuck off.
Guards are gonna guard. They got told by their boss to kill you if you've done anything funny, and you're asking them to leave.
I'm gonna walk right up
them...
to Aspect, like right in his face.
Okay.
Kill him. Do it.
I'm just gonna get a claw and slash him across the cheek. That's for Appy. And then I'm gonna walk away. If I can.
The orangutans can look at each other and laugh and say, right, that's 1. You've asked us to leave. That's 2.
Surely one of you guys like knew Oppie, right? He was an elder. You must have known him.
Yeah,
right?
we knew him. Why didn't we let you slash him? If you want to rough him up a bit, go and rough him up a bit. I don't give a fuck.
Out of respect for him,
I
can't
go
you?
punch him in the face then.
We're friends of them, and we don't want to make your boss mad.
Him at all.
Yeah, Debussy
Hello, I'm
didn't know him.
Dr. Nostrand. I don't know any of these people.
You're my new best friend. What are you on about? You helped us with all those war crimes.
Oh, Debussy. Yes. Of course, we fought together in '62.
Under Bowie's orders, directly. She told us.
What? War crimes?
Oh, that's 66.
Yeah. As we've like Nostrand has went from helping cyborgs and plant things, is now just beating up prisoners. Like, what is going on with my life? It's so weird.
This is all very tense and very interesting, I'll admit, but I still don't understand who the patient here is.
I'm going to point out to the guards that your boss said not to kill him. Didn't say anything about hurting him.
I totally, the guy looks like a rough him up a bit if you want. If you kill him, though, we're going to kill the raccoon with extreme prejudice.
Just the raccoon. No, don't say that.
Just the raccoon, yes, that was the order. Just the raccoon.
I'm going to ask them to open the cage.
Oh, it's not. It's literally it's a room, and he's just been chained to a wall. So he's just imagine like a open concrete room with a roof, and because they don't really have cells, they just kind of like got some chains and just bolted them into the wall and just left him like this. He's like, oh shit.
I'll
I am
Instead of
going
just
to
one
walk
little
right up
scratch,
to
I'm just
him.
gonna
uh,
across his cheek and then
Yeah.
walk away.
I'm gonna walk right up to him, wind my fist back, and go hard in the nuts.
Okay, so yep, nut shot, yep. Yeah, use rough up this tied up prisoner, yeah.
I'll take out my
Take
tire
7
iron.
renegade points. I don't know. Like, what do you want from me? Like,
I'll say to aspect, and I'm just gonna tap next to him. You awake there, buddy?
yes.
Right, we have some questions for you. Probably what Oppie asked you before. I'm guessing they found out that you were a collaborator and that you killed them.
Don't know what you're talking about, man. Never collaborated with anybody.
Bullshit.
Barry,
Fuck
You're a
you.
terrible liar.
do you
I'm
mind?
gonna hit him again.
Yep.
Yeah, you punch Al. You can give me like a fight roll if you want to like see how bad you fuck him up. I'll tell. I'm assuming these aren't meant to be like killing him. This is just like you're just.
Oh no,
getting
this
in
is
there.
just to bruise him.
I'm not going to
this is
make you
not
roll
not
for
my
anything.
fault.
Then just you bang a few of the ribs.
He's
Yeah,
get- he's
you
getting-
smack him
yeah.
about. Yeah, bang, bang, bang. You know how rough.
Harry really likes war crimes.
I'm trained in the art of torture and interrogation.
I'm
I'm
gonna
a
take-
warrior. This is what I do.
I'm gonna take out my doctor's bag. I'm gonna say, I have a lot of salves, a lot of medicines here. I can keep on healing you, and Bowie can keep on beating you up. We can keep this going for a while here, buddy. So,
I'm gonna crack my knuckles just to.
We have some uppers and we have some downers.
Like, the orangutan starts looking uncomfortable with this. Like, okay, guys, like we're gonna level with you. This is really deeply uncomfortable. We're gonna go out for a smoke.
Yeah, sure.
You've got until I finish these ciggies. If I come back and he's dead, we are going to kill you all. Right?
Cool.
Raccoon,
They're
we're gonna
not gonna be
triple
dead,
kill you.
trust me.
cool.
Right?
I made a
Understand?
promise. He won't
Yeah,
die.
your
Okay?
boss did say not to kill me. He thought I was cool.
We're not going to kill the rat. We're not going to kill the mole because we're not entirely sure she knows why she's here.
Hello,
You,
I'm Dr. Nostrid.
Cobb, we're going to kill you with extreme prejudice. Tabby, we're going to kill you as well because you did just cut him. And Bowie,
I'm not gonna
you
kill
three
him, I
are the main
promise.
killies, okay?
Okay.
We're not. We're going to be out for 5 minutes. Make it count. If he's a collaborator and he killed Oppie, Oppie was my friend, and he done it to be a dick, then we'll say you got it out of him through intelligent questioning, okay?
Okay.
Sure.
Giving my best Joker impersonation. Oh, I'm not gonna kill him. I'm just gonna hurt him real bad. And I'm gonna smile a really sinister lizard grin.
They look
Creepy as
unsettled.
fuck.
Yeah, they look very unsettled. They go out, you hear a clunk as the door locks. They say, right, guys, fucking break out the smokes.
This episode's R-rated, by the way.
As soon as they leave, I will.
It
go
is
into
now.
I will go into my little trolley and bring out the orangutan skull.
Of course.
This is what
Show
happens to
them.
people that fuck with us.
It's like, I suggest you answer their questions.
Right. I will
I'm
say
safe.
that.
I'm fine. I'm not. I'm going to walk right out of here.
I will say that you're suitably intimidated. You're all doing something. Tabby, you've slashed him. Cobb, I don't know. You're just scary.
I've just got
Bowie
my
beat
nail
him
gun
up.
out and staring at him.
Is picking her
Cobb's just
teeth
being
with like a
so
scalpel for some
calm
reason.
about everything that's going on that it's scary in itself because he's just watching this guy getting beaten up and going, I'm
Okay.
going to heal you now. There we go.
So
And again.
whoever has the best dominate roll, give me a dominate plus 3 dice.
Mine's is 5. What's your guys' dominate like?
Sick.
My
No.
dominate's 3 for some reason.
Mine's
Cool.
3. It's not even
Right,
worth
whoever's got the
anything.
highest one, roll it with 3
I
additional
have
dice.
6.
Go Cobb. Go
Scotty,
Cobb.
that's
Cool.
No, Debussy, he's got one more than me.
Right, so 3 additional dice, roll your dominate. Right, because there's loads of you, he's tied up, you have the advantage. I'm only making you roll for fun because.
Push that. Push that.
Push it.
Push that
Push it.
roll.
Push that roll. Push that roll.
Push it. Push.
Real good.
He's fucking
Damn.
terrified. This guy's.
You only needed 1, just to clarify, right? 1 with.
Scott's like, yeah, but I got 4.
I just kind of like just bring up the skull to his face, and it's just like he really wants a friend.
Might give this guy a heart attack.
I am
aspect
slightly intimidated now.
that you all will tell the truth.
I've just gone
Um,
full blood cold blood lizard right now.
okay, right. He will spill his guts. He will tell you. He will tell you that yes, he has been a collaborator for ages. He does it because he's not big enough or tough enough to be a warrior. They bully him and they
Hmm.
make him wear the silly outfit and stuff. So to get back at them, he wanted to become strong. But no matter how much he trained, he just couldn't catch up with them. He's just not physically as big as they are. But then, go ahead, mate.
Uh, 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 when he's finished like talking, there are some specific people that have went missing that I want to know if you have were involved in this in any way, namely Curie, her father, and her mother, who is now missing as well. Can you tell me anything about them?
He looks at you and he's like, Einstein has been missing for decades, and the mother went missing, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. They're nothing to do with any of this. They're just collateral damage. I just tell them where the troops are going to be, and if I think anyone's working with the resistance, they promised me they'd make me strong. When I want to go and speak to them, I just go to it, and he tells you the area he goes to,
Mm.
and I just press this button. Oh, sorry, I would press this button on a machine that I have, but
Mm.
I don't have on me anymore. I had to throw it
Where's
when I
this
was.
Where?
machine?
I left it where I killed Oppie.
Which
I
was
just.
where?
He tells you the location of where he killed behind a building. I stashed it along with the taser.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look over at Debussy and be like, "You still got those skeletons? Show this one what the Watchers will do to make him strong."
I'll kind of pull out one, and it's like, yeah, this was like part of his heel, and he just, developed a claw for it. Now, I don't know, Nostrand, you know biology better than me. Isn't that like agonizing pain for them to walk about like that?
Oh, yes, every day. They'd complain about it all the time. They'd say, "Do you have any ibuprofen, Nostrand?" "No, I don't have ibuprofen. We don't have it." "Do you have any paracetamol, Nostrand?" "No, we ran out 2 days ago." "Do you have any meth, Nostrand?" "Technically, yes, but that's not what that's for."
She lists off all the horrifying drugs that she has access to. Yeah. He looks
This.
suitably upset, and he realizes, well, yeah, but they made Bose. Bose could think, and he was strong.
And I'm gonna point to the skull and going, "Yeah, look what happened to him."
Hmm.
You kind
I
of like
looked at my little rat smile.
This
he looks
information.
Do you know
Sorry.
why he lost?
looks up you. No.
Because he was weak. Because he was himself. Well, he wasn't himself, but he was with weak people. If you're with strong people, then you don't become so weak.
He betrayed his own people. And this is what happens when you betray your own people to the Watchers. They don't care about you. They don't want to make you strong. You're nothing to them. Just a pawn in their sick, twisted games.
The Watchers just called Bose the anomaly. They didn't care about him. He wasn't. They could have given me wit. He's everything he tries to say, he stops as he says it, and realizing that none of it came to anything because you managed to kill like the cyborg. He's like, holy
I'm,
shit!
I'm
And he
just
just
gonna
got
I'm just
invisible
gonna
in this place.
laugh at his naivety. Just like a really cold, sinister laugh. You really thought they cared about you?
Kind of like he's been sitting this whole time. He just kind of deflates his head into his chest, and he just kind of like lets out like a scream. And at that point, the orangutans kind of come bursting back in. And like, right, okay, that's enough.
I'm gonna step back and just be like, raise my hands.
Anyway, it's a good chat that we had. You should tell them all about how you were working for the Watchers and what you did and how you betrayed them. It's quite important for your boss to know that. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably kick you out of your clan, but shit's gonna happen.
And
Yeah.
when you do get kicked out, you better hope that you don't run into us again.
No, he should totally join us. We could use with his information.
The orangutan guards will kind of look at you and say, "Well, we always need workers, so we won't we won't exile him, but we'll just put him to work. Um, it won't be a good life, but he won't get to go wandering anymore. He'll just do as he's told. We don't
I'll
I
really.
keep
kind
a
of like look at the
very
shipping
close eye
outfit,
on
and
that
I'll be
one.
like, "Could I get that outfit?"
Oh, the bunny ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. they go over and
It
they
would
kind of
look
like.
pretty good on you, Debussy, I must admit.
I take it to complete my other bunny outfit I seem to be collecting now.
You now have a pink. You now have a pink hoodie with a hood and bunny ears on it. Then they tie him back up and they say, okay.
I'll just kind of like look at him and be like, as in, at least don't look stupid now.
And so he's just silently sobbing into his chest. So with that information, what you guys now know is that you have a way to summon a watcher
Yep.
in a clearing to the east of the outpost
Mhm.
to inform them of things that have happened. If you choose to do so, you have a
Is
way
it
of contacting the watchers.
is
We
it just
also have
one
a
watcher?
location of potential watcher base. So not only do we have target practice for the imp gun when we get a battery to make sure it works, but we have potential location of a base we can storm once we've tested the imp gun.
You do have the battery for the imp gun already. They did have one on hand,
Ah,
so you now can, if you wanted to test it, you could summon a watcher and do so.
We also have information that the Watchers need to rest because we know that they have to go into these goos. So
Well, the abominations need to
yeah.
go into they don't need to go into these, but they can be shut down in the goo.
Oh, sorry. I assumed that this was like a charging station from player point of view, but as the Bussy's like, they have to go into this. Good, that's interesting.
I will say that there is stuff to do with that, but you guys haven't seen anything like that yet. But yeah, there's a reason the Watchers kind of move around. They don't just go to a location and stay there for months. They do seem to travel around and they do seem to swap them out. But yeah, that's that. That seems like a good enough place to leave it because it gives you some things to think about for next week. That's 10:30 as well, anyway. I will dish out some experience. Everyone turned up, so everyone gets one experience.
Yay!
You just committed the war crimes, so I guess we're giving experience for war crimes now.
Yay!
I committed 2 war crimes. In fact,
you're only
3.
getting
You only get one.
only getting one experience per war crime. I will say that you've also made new friends with the corrupted, so you can all have an experience points for that. An experience point for that. You did not discover any artifacts, and you did not discover any.
I discovered an artifact.
Oh, I suppose okay, Scott can have an experience point.
So did Bowie technically. So
What did Bowie get?
Nostrand was working with it.
Did
You're the one working on it. I'm giving you it, and that's it. No
yeah,
one else
that makes sense because you were the one that had the foresight to lift it. I didn't.
Yeah.
Tabby
And
found
you're-
the wig. I don't know if you kept
That is
it.
scrap. That is not an artifact.
That was obviously an artifact.
The blonde wig. Yes. No. That is
It,
just
it was the wig of Dolly Parton.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a magic wig.
Hmm.
I will have totally left that behind. By the way, I wouldn't have stole from them.
That's
no,
fair.
you didn't take the wig. That's absolutely fine. And so you made new friends. You found so Scott gets 4. Everyone else gets 3. And I guess you solved the riddle of who killed Oppie, but it's kind of knew that already, so I'm not giving you it for that one. But yeah, cool. So that's that. We'll leave it there. So 3 for everyone, 4 for Scott. Remember, you need 5 experience points to purchase a new skill or a talent. And remember, there's talents in the in the Mutant Year Zero book as well that you can purchase from the general talents. And remember, you guys all have specific talents for your class as well, which you can take for the cost of 5 experience points. So if you've been saving up, remember, there's things you can buy.
Yes.
Cool.
I think this is all that Sanity Check Game is doing at the moment. This is the only show that we actually have running that I can think of. So
it is.
be back next Tuesday. I will start actually advertising it more. This is hopefully going to be the cast moving forward because it's changed a little bit. So Miri will have more to do as we think of more for her blind mole character. Um,
I love it.
lots of
Tammy
long
hasn't
range
even
shooting.
acknowledged that yet.
Well, there was a lot of moving parts this episode we had to get through, so hopefully we'll do more as a group next week, and I'll write up some stuff for you to do, considering whether we do next, but we'll work it out as it comes.
My
But
goal
that's
is
it
to
for me.
find some glasses for her.
Yeah. To be fair, that's actually not
It's
a bad
not a
shout.
fact, isn't it?
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
It is
Just,
now.
I mean, that doesn't seem like a hard artifact to work out. There's glasses of fixing blind moles. We're fucking. Apparently, I'm making a goddamn mind control artifact I've got to deal with. So, I sometimes forget when I do things that players can be like, "Hey, I want to use that." It's like, ah, shit. There's no logical reason they couldn't do that.
I thought of an idea for like a really like fucked up potion as well that like makes animals go feral, but I don't know how that would work. But I don't know.
Yeah, you'd force feed them a potion, they would go feral.
But like I don't know.
Sounds fun.
But
Sounds
feral
horrif-
means they're not going to think, so they will just attack. So you could turn them feral and point them at random watchers, and they could be cannon fodder.
That
Yeah.
sounds even more war crimey than the other war crimes that you war crimed earlier.
Hey, I never said my character was a good guy.
You did not.
Tammy's just so innocent and like, yay! And everyone else is like, let's murder everyone.
That's clever
I
for
feel
it.
like
It's
this
like-
is such a reversal.
I
It's
think
like-
you'll find when I first met this lot, I was going for a one-woman campaign against the Watchers myself.
Mhm.
So
True.
you know,
Yeah,
Badass.
true.
Badass.
The
Badass.
pussy's just fucked up.
Yeah. The pussy's like, yeah. But in fair, we have said this before. It's like our morality would not apply to these guys. They live in a very violent world. So like,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
this
no-
all makes sense to the pussy. We're trying to kill the Watchers. These things work for the Watchers, and I get to pick up stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like you are animals. You don't
I
go
have
by
decided
regular rules.
Tabby's a thief now, so she's gonna steal from pretty much anyone.
It's fine if that's what you guys
I
want
also
to do.
love how Tabby is also like a scavenger too.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. I forget you. You're actually a hunter, but also like fuck it. You can also
Pretty
multi-class
much,
this
yeah.
as much as you want. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not a thing. So I mean, that's not a big deal. I
We
think
still
you can
don't have
multi-class.
any decent fighters in this group. I
Oh,
don't.
boy's a
Bowie's
fighter.
our strongest.
Boys fighter.
Me.
Boys fighter.
Yeah.
Bowie
Yeah,
was
two-
our-
A scavenger and a
I just-
ranger.
yeah, I just fucked up a gorilla.
I just killed like 6 guys.
Yeah.
Technically, you killed four conscious beings and four kind of medical rejects who were kind of like unable to function anyway. Like there was no way of fixing those guys because they were broken, and the other ones were just like rejects. The relationship was literally a recycling center where the Watchers just sent things to get destroyed, but it just was out of commission, so they were just sending things there, and it just sat there. But yeah, I mean, it was fucked up, but you still was it away. I thought you'd have let them live, but you were all for no, let's murder these guys. Like, oh, cool. I guess we're killing these guys.
We had to put them out
mean-
of their misery, man. Like
Yeah.
Oz was not in any way unhappy with his life. He was
I was
quite
gonna say, I
happy.
love how that's.
because for my character, it was the PTSD flashbacks to holding Einstein as he cried out for his daughter after me ripping his chest open.
Jeez.
Like, I can't go through that again. I'm not letting them live their life like that. If I'm putting them out of their misery, I'm making sure they don't suffer.
I mean, look,
Hence the theatrics of, oh, the holy light, ooh.
I call that, yeah. I mean, in fairness, I may well have used those cyborgs again. It was a good job you didn't try and recruit them into the resistance.
Yeah.
Or who knows? But no,
Good,
you're carrying
good thing me and Cobb went there.
On the flip
Instead.
side, he's now going to be wearing one of them as a helmet. So let's see how that goes. That could be particularly interesting as well. Anyway,
Is this
so that's
still
what
not
was
bigger
fun.
than Debussy?
it is, but he's remodeled it. That was he was taking it apart and making it like
Yeah.
into a helmet for himself. He's kind of like repurposed the parts, and it's going to be like helmet, wire, thing on hand, so he can like try and lay his hand on things to see what it does. It's not
He's
gonna
done
be
what they do with the stormtrooper helmets. He's just lined it with padding.
Mhm.
effectively, yeah.
I like to think the helmet just sits on top of my hat that I'm wearing, and it's just a
It
right
does now.
still on my head. I look like the guy who fucking Indiana Jones with a skull on the head.
Kalimo,
Failure.
Kalimo.
Holy man!
Alright.
Right, bye, viewers.
Bye, viewers.
Bye, viewer, which I think is just Fanny.